All right, that's Free Plug Friday. Next up, as I told you before, as with this new GCQ happening, we know that things are not really going to turn back to normal anytime soon, right? Whether you like it or not, masks are pretty much here to stay for the foreseeable future. Basically, what I'm trying to make is that this is a good hygiene practice that we can get into. It's not only from COVID or any future viruses, but even from pollution alone. So if you're going to wear a mask and it's going to protect you, why not look good while you're doing it as well? This is what gave the idea to the folks at Copper Mask to come up with something that just was as fashionable as it was protection. To speak more about that and the effects that it has on us, we are going to invite Dr. Birds and also Dr. Victor as well here. So Dr. Birds and Dr. Vic, welcome to the show, guys.
It's a pleasure to be invited in your program, in your show.
I just want to clear things up. Let's first start with, is there still a need to wear a mask if we're all vaccinated or we've hit herd immunity?
Even if we are actually vaccinated, there's really a need for us to wear face masks. Reason being, it gives us the physical barrier between the environment and our face. It's really a must for us to do that. Kasi nga, unang-una, there are a lot of variants that's coming out, not only the Delta variant.
Yes, that's right. And if you go back to the original pandemic, which was right, 1918, when they dubbed the Spanish flu, the most effective tool against a pandemic is still a mask. Let's speak a little bit about Copper Mask. What makes it a little different from your average mask?
If you're gonna look back at mid-2020, a lot of people are using masks with respirators and vents for breathability. But then, as we move on, WHO is telling us that it is suspended in the air for probably 14 minutes to a maximum of 3 hours. Because of that, the company Copper Mask evolved as well. Before they have a hole, but now they try to seal it out because of that particular instance that WHO is considering viruses are actually suspended in the air longer.
When they first announced in 2020, the WHO said we must wear masks. They mentioned the term medical grade. What exactly is a medical grade face mask?
So, especially those with terminal illness, cancer, those with chronic liver and renal diseases, they are the people to be prioritized for the use of this medical grade face mask. Now, this medical grade face mask, they should be approved by the FDA, and they are mostly used for medical facilities like hospitals, medical clinics. Now, there are members of the population which are not included under the category of this medical face mask. They are encouraged to use this non-medical grade face mask, wherein a filter is sandwiched between two layers of fabrics. These are also known as everyday face mask. You use it everywhere except for medical facilities.
With that Copper Mask that you have shown, I salute them because they immediately hid with the requirement of having a closed vent. But of course, I still believe that this mask is a non-medical grade mask. It will be an everyday use mask.
So let's leave it with a final question, if you don't mind. Both of you can take this. I always read and hear about copper killing coronaviruses. The million-dollar question is, does Copper Mask have that capacity, or is that just marketing? Do you have any tests that can back that up?
I have seen and studied the lab results that the Copper Mask has. That was done recently. I believe it's done in Korea and China. I'm proud of the result because the antimicrobial test that they have done, they use a gram-negative and gram-positive bacteria, and they use a microfilm of this Copper Mask. After 24 hours of exposing those bacteria in the microfilm, 99% killed. In comparing this product against a regular cloth mask, I prefer to use this because definitely the bacteria will die in a span of 1-2 hours, and in 24-hour time, 99.9% are dead.
Well, I think that answers my question. Perhaps we'd like to leave Doc Vic with the last say on this. Would you have anything you'd like to add before we do the major raffle?
Another test was done to prove that Copper Mask has the ability to kill coronaviruses. They made this test in Shanghai Weipu Chemical Technology Services, so one of the top leading testing, surveillance, and certification company in the world. So what they did is they make use of this coronavirus and then inoculate it on the Copper Mask and find out if they will be killed in certain period of time. This report will prove that Copper Mask can kill coronaviruses 99.98% in just 30 minutes, and then 99.07% in 2 hours, and 99.15% in 24 hours. So that's amazing. So walang lulusot, walang tatagos, at namamatay po ang mga coronavirus sa copper mask.
Well, I think that's a great place to end it. Well, words of wisdom, straight from the source, I guess. I mean, it doesn't get more credible than that.